You serious right now? The old man said, his voice rough like gravel, eyes locked on the red Ferrari gleaming under the lights. You're gonna hand over this car if I can get it to run? The millionaire grinned, adjusting his cufflinks like he was on a game show. That's right, Grandpa. Turn her on, take a spin around the fountain. She's yours. Otherwise, he shrugged, you keep walking. The crowd chuckled. Someone whispered, is this guy for real? Cameras were already recording. This wasn't just a party anymore. This was a spectacle. A rich young mogul in a tailored blue tuxedo showing off in front of a crowd, and an old man in a dusty, worn-out army jacket who looked like he'd wandered into the wrong place. The man's name was Arthur, 82 years old. Broad shoulders, grey beard, skin leathered by time and sun, eyes sharper than anyone realized. He looked like someone who should be in a shelter, not standing next to a Ferrari. But he wasn't shaken. He wasn't even mad. Just still. The millionaire laughed again, louder this time. Come on, you're already here, unless you're scared of a little car trouble. He raised his glass to the crowd. Who wants to see the veteran take it for a spin? More laughter. Arthur tilted his head. You know what the difference is between that car and a tank? The crowd went quiet. A tank doesn't care who's driving. It'll go through fire if you ask it to. No one responded. Not even the millionaire. Arthur stepped forward and placed his hand gently on the hood like he was feeling its pulse. He popped it open with a soft clunk and stared down at the engine. His fingers moved without hesitation. Wire, coil, starter. He didn't speak. He just listened. To the silence, to the mechanics, to what the engine was trying to say. 3 minutes passed. The crowd watched, confused. Then Arthur wiped his hands on his jacket and looked up. Key. The millionaire blinked. Wait, you actually think you fixed it? Arthur didn't smile. He didn't explain. Key, he said again, steady. Still smirking, the young man tossed it toward him like it was part of the show. Arthur caught it, sat down in the driver's seat, and twisted the ignition. The engine fired to life like a lion uncaged. Gasps erupted. Phones dropped. The laughter stopped. Arthur gripped the wheel, shifted into gear, and smoothly pulled away from the curb. He didn't race. He didn't show off. He just circled the courtyard with the grace of a man who knew power, who respected machines. When he returned, he parked perfectly, stepped out slowly, and handed the key back to the man who'd challenged him. Runs just fine, he said. The millionaire's jaw clenched. He looked around like the cameras had betrayed him. He forced a smile. Okay, maybe you got lucky. But who even are you? That's when someone in the crowd whispered, Wait, is that Arthur Collins? The name rippled like thunder. Arthur Steel Hands Collins, war veteran, tank mechanic. The man who saved 6 soldiers when their convoy hit a mine. The man who once rebuilt a Humvee in the middle of a battlefield using scraps, sheer will, and a wrench. The woman who whispered earlier was now Googling his name on her phone, voice trembling. He's a legend. The crowd that had mocked him now stood frozen. Arthur turned to the millionaire, voice low but firm. I've fixed engines with broken ribs, rewired circuits while bullets flew overhead. Pulled brothers out of fire and drove us home on wheels I held together with duct tape and prayer. Don't ever mistake old for useless. And don't ever bet your ego against someone who's already survived more than you can imagine. You could hear a pin drop. The crowd began clapping, slow at first, then louder. Real applause, not for the Ferrari, not for the party, but for the man in the army jacket who walked with quiet dignity. The millionaire looked down, face red. I didn't know who you were. Arthur nodded slowly. That's the problem. You didn't think I was anyone. A young woman stepped forward. Sir, you earned that car. Please take it. Others joined in. Give him the keys. You won fair and square. Show some respect. The millionaire held out the keys again, but Arthur just stared at them for a long moment. Then he shook his head. No, I'm too old for speed, he said, but maybe you can donate the car's worth to the veterans' shelter down on 5th. Some of my brothers need heat this winter more than I need horsepower. The crowd went silent again, this time out of shame, and then the applause returned. Thunderous, unified, emotional. Arthur walked away without another word, his boots scuffing the stone. not in defeat, but in quiet, steady honor. Behind him, the man who laughed now stood still, holding the keys not to a car, but to a lesson. Because sometimes the people we overlook are the ones who built the world we stand on. Never judge someone by the dirt on their jacket, the grey in their hair, or the silence in their walk. Behind those things could be stories that would humble you, strength you'll never understand, and a kind of honor no money can buy. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. You never know. The next one might just change your life.